Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Gnosis. Well, let's talk about our latest product that we're offering to the public. Another one of our amazing and powering boxes. This one is based on the old technology of Christopher Hills, who had a fairly big operation in Hawaii and in Colorado. And his organization was running till about 25 years ago with heart math. He died kind of strangely and unexpectedly. He's the author of about 30 books, all sorts of very interesting, cool books, and unfortunately, as I said, some weird type of virus or something hit him and killed him. He was British. He was a commodity trader and art patron in Jamaica. He retired from business at an early age. So this was a very successful guy. He died, I guess he didn't die that young. I thought he was died young. It says, I'm checking him out on Sewerpedia, where you get the stinkiest news and facts you can get. Sewerpedia, check into it soon. Wear a gas mask. So he died in 1997. Okay. In Boulder, Colorado. That's where his University of the Trees was. And he had a lot of good books. He had courses. 70. Well, that's not bad at all, actually. Particularly back then, so I guess I don't know. But he did discover spirulina and thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. And went on to do so many and got involved in a lot of metaphysical stuff. What a lot of people don't know about Christopher Hills, not only did he have courses and so forth, and all these books, but he had the University of Trees, and of course, he did have his heart math program going for many, many years. I think that's finally closed down. But what they used to sell there for a period of time, but they just really, unfortunately, all these things tend to die out. I was, as usual, one of those people who carried it on and used to sell a fair amount of his products. He had all sorts of little products. He was known for his dowsing boards in particular, and I have these up on the main YouTube channel. You can look at all Christopher Hill's boards, and I show you basically what they look like. I mean, these weren't really anything special. They were just really charts that he glued onto or taped onto different hard surfaces so you could use them. There really wasn't nothing there in terms of anything special. So you would douse on these, and this is before a lot of this stuff was popular. Now, he may have lived to 1997, but when he came out with these things in the 70s and so forth, people don't understand how new everything was, even the 80s. There wasn't much dowsing, there wasn't charts, there wasn't books. This is all in the last 20, 30 years. And that may sound like a long time, but it really isn't. Just like it was difficult to get any kind of books on occultism and magic and everything else, all the way up until the late 80s. There just wasn't very many. So he made all these little boards and stuff. You can see them. There's even a few up on, occasionally you'll find on eBay for outrageous amounts of money. I don't really recommend that. They're just glued on charts. A few of them had magnets and other things on them, but there really wasn't anything there to speak of. But they were fun tools to have. He also had special pendulums, special types of tools that sucked out negative energies and balanced you. Really a bunch of really nice, cool stuff, and all that was discontinued, I believe, in the late 90s. Maybe when he died in 97, but I think it was, they went on a little while after that. But his whole physical organization basically is closed now as far as I know. And of course, they stopped making tools about 35, 40 years ago. Which is unfortunate. They had a lot of cool stuff. But to move past him, he's a very noted metaphysician person. I like to call him occult sciences. He was very, he wrote 30 books on consciousness, meditation, yoga, spiritual evolution, diving, world government, acute culture. He spent a lot of time in Hawaii, like most people that have lots of money who can go there. He had so many of these types of organizations or writings going on that it was quite he was quite known in his field. It's like all these things, once they die. Oh, he even had a radionic type machine, which I have as well. Very interesting. And of course, club members have access to some of his texts. These are difficult to attain now. All his books are out of print and very difficult to find. Some are very expensive. So if you're an all-access member or a patron, you have library privileges as for so many rare books. And apparently he had certain products. As I said, he's very big into spirulina. And apparently his company was sold to someone else. And so Royal Body Care, which continues to market his products. So you may want to check that out. I'm unfamiliar with them, but it may be something there. Spirulina certainly is a amazing light energy food allergy that certainly is a great product. Everybody should be I take it every day. And it's something that is it's inexpensive, and it's a great product full of nutrients. I'm not sure what is happening with the entire organization today. As far as I understand, everything is closed down. You can't get his courses, books, or anything else. I'm not sure why they don't carry through with that, why they don't continue publications. I think I did a little thing on that. I believe, with his wife one time, was going to publish stuff, and of course they didn't follow through with it. So they allow everything to die because they don't follow through with it, and I'm assuming they have a fairly good income, but they're not interested in carrying on his work. You know, these are all the sad things you happen, and so typical of families and wives. They all have their hands out, but they really never do anything to help other people. So when the head dude dies, everything dies with him. So, of course, he had a fairly large company. I don't know why it wasn't kept going. Again, this falls to the family who refuses to really pick up the torch and carry it, really. Okay, moving on to other things. Now, he put together one interesting little device, and there's a book on it, the pi ray Coffer, which is this particular type of ray or energy that is gained from the pyramidal structure. So how do you make a tabletop pyramid that's equivalent to 100 feet or more, something that really has power? We found out that, I love pyramids, I put them on everything, but small pyramids, no matter how they're made, don't seem to generate much energy. You have to get some height to them. And then when they get some height to them, they start to have quite a bit more energy. So all these little pyramids and stuff, they do put off some nice positive energies. They are good for very small items, like I put them on top of my herbal tincture that are cooking, that are being extracting. I put them on top of food jars, other things, and all that. And they do put a bit of energy there. And I've noticed that things tend to stay fresher longer. And they do give a little thing. I use them on all my radioactive machines as well. Put a little pyramid on there, and this gives it a little boost. But it is a little boost. You're not talking about the kind of serious results that you can get from a large pyramid. So what do you do about that? How can you create a large pyramid in a small space? Well, that's what the pi ray Coffer was about that he used to make. Now, what we've done is actually taken this idea and made it into a much more powerful tool than what was made 40, 50 years ago. So we now have our own little boxes. This is equivalent to having like 100-foot pyramid in this what is it, 4-inch by 4-inch box or 5-inch by 5-inch box. And we have the classic design that he used on top of his pi ray, this kind of pyramid that is a kind of an optional illusion, or it's a three-dimensional image that is on top of the container, on top of the box. This is what he had. I had his boxes for many years and used them for all sorts of different experiments. But it's a fun way to get a very powerful pyramid in a very small place. But I found that his units were not that powerful because he was using more old technology. So we have been able to take very potent technologies, particularly our new energy cells, tachyon, graviton, neutron cells, which draw in huge amounts of really positive energies that are not, you can't contaminate these energies because the nature of what they are. They're not condensed from the atmosphere. They are drawn in from the cosmos, so to speak, so they are non-affected by any types of toxins, electromagnetics, etc., etc. So we did use his basic plan using that classic pyramid design, which, as I've stated, is this kind of dimensional. And again, we're getting into, getting back to the same thing. Sigils, images that create energy, just like radionic machines and patterns and energy cells and boxes. All of them draw this kind of energy in using just a pattern, and they're amazingly about. Why are they? Because you're not drawing in electromagnetic energies. You don't need metals. You don't need so many physical structures there, because it's a non-electromagnetic energy. So everybody should understand that electromagnetic energies are crude, and they're good for powering your toaster, but they're not good for higher work. We all need to move away from that. So the whole idea, of course, that's what pyramid power's always been. Do you plug it in? Well, they did found on the ancient Egyptian plains, few people know about this, but if you look at the right place on the pyramids, you'll find there is a receptor for an electrical plug. Ooh. The question is where did they plug the other end into? So, I hope you got that was a joke. There's no plugs. So the whole idea is that there is no electromagnetic spectrum to it, and the Egyptians found out how to use this etheric energy. A lot of people call it the ether energy, to make electricity with, or what we would consider something to do that with. So they had actual actual lamps that Napoleon saw lights down in there, or Napoleon's troops. It's on record. So the whole idea is non-electromagnetic. So we need to understand that's how everything in this realm works. So we have to make sure we fully understand all that. So with all that understood, we need to understand how this technology works. So we have the pattern on top of the box, and these are beautiful boxes. They're hardwood boxes. They are lacquered in black. I mean, they just look beautiful, and they are beautiful. They work beautiful. They're lined, a nice lining in it. We use these for all of our type of machine boxes, and they're just wonderful. So the whole idea is we also did what he did, but amping it up. He put a magnet in the center of the pyramid on the top of the box, and we've done the same thing, but we've added one of our energy cells. Ooh, look out. And then underneath it, we've ordered an energy. Right underneath, when you open the box, in the same place where the other magnet is, we have this magnet, again with a tachyon neutrino graviton on it. And then at the bottom, we've put one of our proven radionic manifesting amplifying patterns as well. So what a fantastic design. Very potent, very beautiful, very artistic. I mean, this is the next level science, people, and you're lucky because you are connected with radionic tech. So make sure that you understand that. So this is fantastic. And how is it used? Well, how to use a pyramid. So very, very simply. And what's beautiful about this is that it is, I think the box on the outside of the box is 5.5 by 5.5 inches. So you have what is considered a 100-foot pyramid in a 5.5-inch space. Oh, this is fantastic. This is tech again, people. So the whole idea is that you just get this box and you can charge anything up in it. Now, this kind of energy amplifies any other energy. So it also just pumps you full of positive energy. So you can put your picture in there, you can put your relatives, your pets, etc., and this will help build their energy up and keep them well. If you're not well, you can put a picture in there of as well to try and to assist the healing process. The whole idea is never to get sick, so if you put your pictures in there, it's fine as well. You can also charge up crystals in there, clear your whatever fits in there. You can clear it. You got keys, you got a wallet. Well, this box is a little small for certain wallets, but you can put things in there, clear them out. One thing that's a horrible container of toxic energies are your rings, your watch, and any necklace you wear all the time. These things tend to suck energy in. I'm always amazed when I test these on people. Let me test your ring, let me test your watch. Woo! Real toxicity, because you're wearing it all the time. You're wearing it everywhere. You're taking in all sorts of negative energies, atmospheric radiation, negative energy. So it's all there. And so it's very, very bad for you. And a lot of people state you shouldn't even wear a watch. I've kind of limited my watch wearing myself. So you can also, put anything that fits in that particular box, you can put it in there and clear it out or charge it up. So let's say you're going to take one of your actual radionic templates there that you're going to use for whatever. Well, put it in the box for an hour, charge it up, then put it on your machine. Put your radionic energy cells in there. Any of the cells that you get from us, put them in there. It will cleanse them and it will empower them further. And everything needs more energetics to them, because we live in a very negative environment. You got all these negative earth energies hitting you. You've got all the people around you. The atmosphere is full of poisons and toxins. Ooh, just fine living on earth. And isn't it fun? So the whole idea, not to mention all the screwball nut jobs that pollute this planet, and all the things that go with it. So you are a walking negativity. And then you expect to come in with all this stuff, or even in your own environment, and this is why I stress so much to clear your environment, to try and somehow manifest through. So, you really have to, most of the time our tools are working on clearing out the negativity in your environment first. So that takes a long time. And then it starts to manifest. So people wonder why things take longer to manifest. Well, you're living in the sewer. It's just the way it is. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's everybody's fault. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really. The point is that we have this horrible toxic energy. We got routers going on, shooting single. I got them all 24 hours a day going on. I'm trying to figure out but I listen to things when I sleep. So, but it's a good idea if you can turn your routers off. So all these things, you're just putting all these energies out there. Your cell phone is going all the time. This is, it's just a nightmare. So then you bring in an energy product and you expect it to burst through all these things, knock out your phone line interference, knock out your router. These are all the things that are problems. That's why having sacred energy is so important. So these things in general will start that process as well. Just putting this box in your home, meaning you're having that energy go throughout your entire home. Now you get more energy when you open the box up and put something in it. And again, you can use photographs. And again, I have to stress, if you don't have one of our cameras, you're not going to get the results you want. So double down on that, people, and get your cameras. Get using this. They're products that you're going to use for the rest of your life. And you need to have these. You need to have a Polaroid and powered camera from Radionic Tech. If you don't have that, there are problems. So all of this is something we have to fully understand. So it's important that we move away from all that and we understand the reality of what's going on there. So this is critically important to your empowerment. Now, we're talking about subtle energies here. And that's a term that kind of thinks, oh, like a feather energy, Thor? Is it a feather falling on my head? Well, no. Basically, it's like a hammer hitting your head if it is cleared environment. Because to manifest something out of nothing, meaning you're connecting psions to occultons, is the essence of all life. And it's a miracle. And you are attached to it because you're part of the process. On the other hand, if you're stuck in quicksand, you're never going to be able to pull yourself out. And that's where everybody is. But so here's a great tool. It can't, like everything I build, I'm just as lazy as you are. I'm not going to sit there and do complicated rituals and everything else past a certain level. And do we need to? No, we need good tech. Tech makes the complicated easy, simple, and effective. Anybody can get a rock and knock another rock with it to affect it or break the other rock. Anybody can do that stupid technology. And of course, I'm going to leave that to the purveyors of stupid technology. How you doing, Caltech? So the whole idea is that we'll leave this stupid stuff to this stupid scientists. So the whole idea is that this is the new stuff out there, and the rest of those things that's out there for the boobs. But the bottom line, this is a very cool product. It's priced very well. Everybody should grab a few of these. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have these kind of clearing items in every room. You could put an 8 hertz generator on top of this to clear a room even better. It's all sorts of, we're always trying to, how do we amplify? How can we get awesome results quickly? But you got to remember that a massive change in subtle energies will make you goofy and could cause all sorts of problems. People underestimate subtle energies of being weak when they're very powerful. But you must remember, if you use the powers, the awesome, fine, little, silly little powers like hydrogen. Well, you ever heard of the hydrogen bomb, people? So you amplify something too much and it goes boom, boom. Not that this would, but that we have to understand the problems there. So I hope everybody enjoys this. I've got some few pictures up here that you can see what these look like. You can go to the link below. This is available now. We have our introductory supply of these, which means a couple. And so if you want one of these, jump on it, get it now while the getting's good. But here's another fantastic product. It's based not only on ancient understandings of empowerment, on ancient occult science principles. It's also based on a person who was very involved in and understood this whole area. So these are all great, great things. Of course, it's also based on Dr. Thor and his very advanced 50 years of research, where I've taken old technologies like I do with radionics and modify them to the highest, best, and basically everything I produce is really 25th century technology. I mean, everything that I offer right now will be in everybody's household in the 25th century and more. And this is just really the beginning. So you can have it now. Aren't you lucky? So grab it, get it, understand the science behind this. As everything I do, it's well documented. There's well connections between all of the things out there. Proven technology. We put it all together. We synergistically combine everything in to make a kick-ass product. So I hope you enjoyed this. As usual, if anybody has any questions, comments, etc., our email is always open, and feel free to contact us. Go up to the upper right. You'll see how you can go to the website, or you go to the About page and you can email us. I know people act like they're hiding emails. There's the email. Go for it. So you can certainly email us. We're happy to do it. Leaving comments, which most of them don't even work on my web channel. We have very problems with comments where they disappear. I can't connect to them. So it's a bad thing to do anyway. But we do recommend leaving some short comments. But if you have questions and other things, it's always best to contact us direct. Make sure you like this. Yes, like it. It's important to get this out in the whatever that is to the masses of YouTubies, which of course we don't get. We're all suppressed, even though I have almost 2,000 videos. But good luck finding them. So, truth never gets out. But look for Johnny Depp, you'll have 100. So the whole idea is that that's the way it goes in this screwed up world. Until next time.